How do natural factors such as droughts and floods contribute to both water scarcity and other broader complications such as population decline?
Repeat that.
Okay, I've highlighted it. How do natural factors, Eli, slow, such,
Oh, it's slower? Okay. How do natural factors such as droughts and floods contribute to both water scarcity and other broader complications such as population decline?
Because it will like kind of like ruin the economy, because they'll have to like spend, the government will have to spend a lot of money like building the houses and everything that was destroyed again, and a lot of people die from things like droughts and like natural disasters.
okay, you're a biologist, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, speak from the environmental standpoint as well. I'm agreeing with you about the economic ramifications. What about the destruction to the environment? What are your thoughts on that with what we're seeing in terms of increased severe weather?
I'm not like sure.
Yo-yo?
From an economic perspective, droughts and floods will affect the accessibility to water resources, which will affect the society. At the same time, it will affect those horticulture. For example, going back to the Maya citizens, as the droughts and flood has affected their agriculture a lot. If we place this in today's world, as it will affect the trading between the nations, which will affect the economic goals in our countries.
Okay, economic goals are affected. Ian?
In a political perspective, droughts can lead to water scarcity, and governments may face challenges in managing distribution of water resources, and this might lead to social unrest.
So, whether floods or droughts, they'll lead to water leakage, whether direct or non-direct. Eventually, they'll lead to they cannot keep the hospitals keep functioning, so people will get sick and even die because of the unclean situation.
With all that has been said, it will affect the population because as the country doesn't have a very stable economic, doesn't have a good housing here, and political effects. All this effect will lead the citizen to do immigration to another country, which will affect the population. It would lead it to decline.
Let's play on this point that Tao raised, because it's very, very catastrophic if you are in a situation where your healthcare system is overstretched. You're talking about a lack of hygiene, a problem with natural systems events, and severe weather that we're facing. Are our hospitals prepared for it? Tao, I'd like your opinion about whether you think the next major intervention in terms of human well-being as a species is going to be another virus, or is it going to be related to either hygiene, extreme weather, or access to water? Ideas on that from the public health authority, please.
I think both of them are possible because the environments are getting worse, so there might be some natural disaster that may be caused by the climate change, like greenhouse gases or something else, or like the animals are living in a not really good place, so they might create some of the virus that will eventually eventually affects human and they get sick.
Okay, and are you talking about threatened species? Are you thinking that other species as well as humans being threatened by a changing climate is going to cause potentially the next major public health concern?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right, let's think about AI then, so Mandukai can get involved here. How is AI potentially gonna help make a difference, hopefully for the better, in terms of the environment? We'll start with the AI expert.
Sorry, what was the question?
We're talking about natural systems and maybe destruction of water resources or water scarcity. There's not enough clean water. How can AI help fix some of these problems?
AI can like generate a lot of different ideas they can. It has like a lot of options for ideas.
Why don't you use the microphone, Monica, so we can get you loud and clear?
AI can like create a lot of ideas maybe humans cannot think of. So that can help.
Okay, well, give me an example from what are you thinking? How's AI going to help out with a changing climate?
I'm not sure.
Any other ideas on that?
Yeah. So AI is able to create a very well plan for have a plan how we can solve the problem of climate change with a variety of ideas for us. So therefore it can also provide a plan with a minimum cost, which can reduce the cost and then solving the problem. So therefore it was a very positive perspective for economic.
Okay, give it to Eon. I'm going to ask her a question. I'm thinking about drones. I love drones. Megan and I often talk about drones and our future with drones, possibly flying around the city in a helicopter, electric drone, as opposed to sitting in traffic. From a security risk standpoint, what if drones or AI gets into the hands of the bad people or the wrong type of government? Are you concerned about AI, Ihan, or do you think ultimately the use of drones and security and screening of people with technology could end up making us a more stable world in terms of risk?
I think I'm concerned about AI because like AI also might control a lot of security information from the government, and like.
And that's a concern for you.
Yeah.
Okay, how is that a concern? Why is that a concern? Speak to that concern. I'm hearing it. The government's got all the info.
Yeah.
That's bad, correct?
Yeah.
Why?
AI might like spread the information out like easily.
Okay. Tao, are you concerned with your public health person? Are you concerned about the health and well-being of Eli, Phoebe, Yulia, and our class members if they're on TikTok and other social media platforms and AI gives away all of their personal behaviors, likes, dislikes, tendencies as to sites to visit, appetite for different types of behaviors and values that this information that's being collected could reveal to the governments that Eon's concerned about?
Well, there should be a switch or something we can choose to open it or not. If we close it, we will not get the advertisements that are linked to our behaviors.
Do you believe that's happening right now? Do you think are you switched off when you're on social media? Are you convinced no one's following your activity?
In fact, I switch on it, but I don't have any sensitive information for me. So
Yeah.
for now, I'm not so concerned.
Okay.
But for a perspective of public health experts, my answer is positive. You see, there should be a device that can monitor the situation of whether a plant, a human organ, a volcano, or even a planet we can easily observe it, analyze the data of it, and get the information we want. So advantages are in many fields.
Okay, and you believe, so are you saying that you believe we should be able to do that in our own privacy without that being tracked and recorded?
That are different stuffs. AI is in many fields, so I think we can control the AI in our social medias. Like there are many filters we can use, and they are keep improving, so there'll be more efficient.
Who's making these filters?
The platform, people who own the platform.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think they see it as a positive aspect for them, because like as they can track the people, they're able to know what they want, and to be able to promote their project, their any product, to be able to prepare or investigate furthermore to have a better product that is suitable for their consumers, which have a better in mind.
Yeah, and I love this optimistic economic outlook. I think people that do the right thing should be the ones that are empowered and able to make money in a capitalist form. I guess the questions that the audiences are thinking about, and I'm going to see hands go up pretty soon, I'd imagine, is that what's in place right now, or are we walking a tightrope down toward 3 or 4 or 5 key groups in terms of software and data collection agencies that are going to house and hold all of the information about everything that we've done? Does that get out to a future employer? Full access about everything that we've ever been going forward. And then at 30 years old, are people in the audience here who are just a little slightly over half of that, the way there toward that age, is everything that they are doing now going to be recorded going forward and available publicly? Should it be? I think Mandukai would like to speak to that one.
I think, wait, sorry, what did you say?
Are you worried, Mandukai, about the privacy for our generation in terms of the use of information platforms where data is collected on your behaviors?
I think that people post what they want, like what other people want to know. So if they like keep their information like restricted and a lot, I don't think there's any danger to privacy. But if other people like leak things on social media and it gets spread, I think that would be like not good.
Okay, so it's more like what Tao said. As long as you have nothing to hide, you're feeling fairly comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, and as an AI expert, are you fairly uncomfortable for people who might have something to hide or have made mistakes as young people or in their early 20s or in their first job or two?
Yeah, if it's like recording stuff, like it can always come out. But I don't think if it's not that big, if it's not that important, it won't be important.
Okay, let's go to a big question here. Well done, folks. That's tough content. I find it interesting, and I think that everyone in the audience here is very concerned that they're being watched. And if you're not concerned that you're being watched, you probably haven't set aside time yet to really think about it, because there's a lot of experts that are fairly convinced that there's no doubt that we are being watched. Yulia?
I mean, it depends on what type of information is getting out. So, for example, if it's about the resources for like an atomic weapon, then obviously the government would be concerned on why is this information out on the internet, and obviously there should be filters on it. But if it's something like personal, it's something private, or just one person, then why should anyone care about it? So that's why I think like AI shouldn't really focus on just the information of like one person. It should focus on the information of like.
Where are you from, Yulia?
I'm from Russia.
Do you think there's people in Russia that are concerned about what you do in Singapore?
I don't think so, but I think the Russian government is really concerned about what people are doing within the country. So what's people's opinion of things within the country, not outside.
Interesting. Any other questions or comments? Thank you, Yulia. Very clear, your message.
Can we add on to this?
You're the panel. Take the mic.
Yeah. Like just to add on this one, whether
Loud.
AI is good or bad, it depends on how does the people use it. So whether they use it in a good way or bad way, it will have different consequences. So it's not about how the AI is tracking people, it's about how people using it, or using it as a weapon or using it as a source.
Are you on WeChat?
Yeah.
Speaking in the microphone. Are you on WeChat?
Yeah.
Do you think the government of China has looked at your profile?
They
Yes,
can.
obviously they are. I feel like it.
Okay, and that's okay with you?
It depends on what are the consequences. If they give me like nonsense things, then it's not okay. If they just look at it without any action, I feel like okay, you're fine to look at it.
Okay, but you're certain that that they are quite aware of what you do and don't do online.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Let's hear from Ehan, because I know she's just itching to get a hold of that microphone and talk about security risks.
Yeah, I agree with you, but if like AI, like just like I say, if AI can control like information about like countries, weapons or some security of a country, and if it's spread out, it might cause conflicts between countries.
I think it could cause conflict. In the past, we've had conflicts between countries, and people have decided, I'd be prepared to lay down my life over this situation. That in Asia, that was the Korean War. In Asia, that was the war in Vietnam. Globally, that was World War I, II. Would people on the panel be interested in fighting hard, possibly to give up some aspect of their potential well-being, whether it's their life or not, I don't know, but battling hard to protect and preserve their privacy? Let's hear from Lucas on that one, because I know Lucas has strong feelings. I overheard a conversation he was having in the MRT the other day about this topic.
Can you repeat the question again?
Would you be willing to go to war, Lucas, to protect your own privacy, the way soldiers went to war in the past to do battle between country and country in terms of different types of dictators and leaders that were doing horrible, nasty things and creating genocide scenarios and situations for groups of people?
I mean, I probably wouldn't go like to that extent, but I do still feel like privacy is like pretty important. Like everyone should have privacy like, to some point.
Sid.
I have a question for Lucas. If privacy is so important, and for these organizations like social media, how do you propose they make profit off of us? How will they keep their companies going if they don't have our information to sell to ads and?
So selling Lucas's private information is valuable in the marketplace. Is that what you're saying, Sid?
Everyone's information.
I agree with that. So
How will they
Lucas,
profit?
you're gonna battle. You said you'd fight for your privacy. Now someone wants to sell information about Lucas because it's of value to another business enterprise. Where do you stand on that position?
I mean, yeah, it is a pretty like most apps probably do make a lot of profit off that, but like, wait, what was it? Repeat the
So
question.
like, if they don't make profit off of us, then how do you think they should keep their companies going? How will they keep these apps like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok? How will these stay afloat without our data?
They probably wouldn't really.
Yeah, and that's okay with you?
I mean, it depends to what extent. Like, if they're just like monitoring like interest, I don't really care personally. But yeah.
Alvin, do you think Mark Zuckerberg needs more of our money, or do you think that he has enough? Do you think that the Chinese government has enough information on us with respect to the platforms that they allow, or should they be allowed to collect more?
I think to the security of a country, I think the government will collect more information from the citizens. Like even I think it is like to make the countries more connected, and also can like maybe some people are work for the other countries, and they may find out this kind of people in our country.
Okay,
I
okay.
think all the big countries are the same.
Okay, interesting, good point. Let's go with that point, because I love this topic. Is it okay, who has more information about us in terms of protecting our security? Is it the owners of social media corporations, or is it the United States or the Chinese government? Who would you reckon has more information, and who deserves to have that information about us in order to do what Alvin's suggesting? Safeguard us potentially and bring us closer together as a unit of people. It's a big economic question.
So, first of all, if I believe that company is under the country, so which means the country will have more access to the like those data more than what the company does, because just give an example, as in American, why does America want to block TikTok?
Right.
Just because TikTok is from China, they're scared of like the Chinese version of TikTok. They're scared of and also the firm by Huawei. Why they block it? They're scared that China is getting information from them. So therefore, it's meaning like the countries believe that China is controlling this brand to be able to get information. So therefore, I believe the country has a more benefit, more than the
Corporation.
platform, yeah, our company does.
Are you more comfortable with the government having information, or a large corporation, a multinational corporation such as Meta?
I feel like if the countries have it, if the country I'm from have it, it made me feel like it's more safety, because like the country will not do any bad thing to their citizen at all, right? And also for as a economics perspective, companies under a country, if I work with a country, it will give me more beneficials. Why should I not do it? I should just go with the country, and it can provide me more beneficial, it give me more access. So I believe that it's better to go with the country instead.
I'm fascinated by what you say. And you said it very well. Anyone else? Would anyone else like to contribute? Alvin?
Yeah, and I also have an opinion that why the America is like so they want to block the TikTok and Huawei, and I think the main reason is that they are also doing the same things, like because they think that TikTok and Huawei can get the information from their country. That means maybe some brand in America, like even like Apple, may also getting the information of the people. That's why the president of each country are not using the phones from outside the country.
Is data collection, Alvin, the new Cold War?
I think not, because because they won't use this kind of information to start a war, but they only use this information to know the maybe the how can they get money from this country more.
Yulia?
And I'm certain that there's like certain codes to protect their information, like they like speak come on and solve like big codes so they can like increase the security of these apps. So I don't think there will be a war about like the collection of information.
Thank you. Anyone else like to have the final word, or is that the final word on that topic? Okay, one more question, and everyone can speak for 30 seconds or less. Is World War III inevitable? Yo-Yo's got the mic. You can start us off, Yo-Yo. You were very excited to hear that question, I could tell. So 30 seconds or less, and then pass it to Eon.
Okay. Obviously, it's inevitable if we all of everyone is doing something to be able to avoid any conflicts. From the economic perspective, if the trading is happening between countries, they will increase the relationship between the countries. So within the trade, every country is able to get a part of benefits. So I don't think any country want to lose this big amount of benefit just to solve something about a little problem like a conflict, just because they're unhappy with something or they have different opinions. So, and furthermore, I feel like if for the economic perspective, the way like it will lead to a war is like the economic disparities. So within that concern, this also can be solvable if everyone is able to access the same level of resources. It will not lead to world war. And just because if we are not access to the same level of resources, that may not lead to that serious consequence like a world war. It may lead to social unrest, but it will not lead to a war instead. It can be solved by economic politics. Like for example, in the Asian China, old China's, we have those politics about eco economics, where people are only able to get food resources by the government, which they give you the same amount of resources everyone. So it's a solution to this social economic disparities. So therefore, World War III is inevitable.
Well done, Yo-Yo.
If the government can identify like the causes of the political tensions, such as the inequalities and lack of resources, this can solve the political instability and contribute to longer stability. So, but I think inequality is inevitable. So, in my perspective, I think it's inevitable.
Thank you.
Well, I think Yo-Yo and Ihan are right, but World War III is just a matter of time. Maybe 100 years, or 50 years, or maybe 1,000 years. There might be something that is run out, maybe resource, maybe your values, or even territories. Or maybe it's because of the inequality. Someone will stand up and do something bad to whether the government or other places. They'll eventually start a war.
Interesting. Well said. Monica?
With AI, it can have a lot of AI can do a lot of things. It can like make it seem like people said things they didn't say, and make other countries look like they did something they didn't. So that could possibly start a war. So AI could have could be a reason a war could start.
The misuse of AI.
Yeah.
Abuse of it. Yeah. Thank you.
I feel like it's pretty like 50-50, because it really depends on the world leaders and the alliances between countries. Because if like a country got an alliance with a country that's being attacked, they'll help that country, and that could piss off the country that's attacking, and then they'll like.
Similar to World War I.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of alliances and friendships and unfriendships building up right now. And maybe it is like it was 100 years ago.
But we all don't want the war to happen. So I believe everyone will try to not to have a war, to avoid have a war. We're seeing the concern of like World War I and World War II.
You and I don't want a war to happen. I think you and I have that in common, Yo-Yo. I'm not sure people in Gaza feel that way and share that opinion. I'm not sure people in the Ukraine share that opinion. I'm not sure people in Syria share that opinion. I don't know. Maybe, I hope they do. You and I share that opinion. I don't know where I am on it, but I appreciate everyone's input. Thank you very much, panel. Manu, we can kill the video.